sort of stuff and do some things. So I was like,
No, it's cool though. Like the whole thing was just trying to support you. We had a banner made for you and everything. And
I did see that. That was awesome.
Did you? You saw the banner?
Yeah, that was wicked. Thanks, man.
Thank Bob, man. Thank Bob. Thunder from Down Under.
Wow.
He's the one that got behind you guys and created these banners. So Bob, like, I want to give him part of the company. Like, I actually want to make him an owner and stuff, but like, he won't accept anything except for charity donations. Like, so I'm like, how do I repay you for everything you've been doing?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. What's going on, Jacob, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I mean, it was a fun game. Bama crushed them, which felt like was expected. But otherwise, yeah, good times. Still nice and early over here on the West Coast, so I'm prime candidate for these late broadcasts.
Look at Taylor below you. Taylor's a fucking mess.
Dude, I'm so tired.
What time is
the
it?
latest you've been up in years?
It's 11:52.
Yeah, that's a different vibe for sure.
My eyes are watering.
Oh my god. Not like Steph's though from earlier.
Say what?
Not like Steph's from earlier.
Oh,
By the
no,
way, I appreciate everybody's comments from the earlier broadcast. That was fucking amazing. You know, the whole show that we did earlier. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, go to youtube.com/fantasyintervention. Once again, that's youtube.com/fantasyintervention. We did a little bit of a award show for some of the writers. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And you guys came.
I'm a content creator. I'm not a writer. Please don't, pigeonhole me into that. Thank you.
I thought writer was above content creator.
No, I create content across all sorts of different mediums. Writing, video. I don't know if you're familiar. I've done some quick shots, Jace. So against my will.
My God, dude. The thing is Taylor's really good at quick shots. He's really good at writing.
I hate them. No, I'll write. I hate the video part. Like, I've never rewatched it. I just record it, and I'm like, sorry, Corey, you probably have to edit a lot, and I'm not going to watch it afterwards. So when someone's like, that's good, I'm like, all right, thanks. Didn't watch it.
It was all Corey.
I don't know what it looks like. Like, he could completely replace everything I said and just, like, cover my face with graphs the whole time. I'd have no idea, so...
Well, I know Jacob's probably going to end up doing quick shots because this guy is made for quick shots. But Brad, when are you going to do a freaking quick shot for us, man?
Don't worry, I'm trying to get there. This it's just the difficult thing is this little one here. She's going through a phase at the moment where a big sleep during the day for her is we'll put her down at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and by 1:10 she's wide awake again. So I'm getting the whole 10-minute naps from her. Is all she's getting.
For quick shots, is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
Quick shots takes a minute. Like, not only do you have the research, but you also have to make sure you're on point with everything. Quick shots is not easy. For those of you that watch these 3-minute clips, quick shots are not easy to do for us. Like, it's something that's a little tough. But, Brad, I need you to get on the film, man. I need you to start grinding that film. And, of course, we had DJ with us. DJ bailed on us earlier, by the way.
I was very confused about the time, I think. I didn't realize it was at 6:30 my time, so I was all ready for 7:30, and then I saw the message. Where you at? I was like, I was nowhere near.
You and Frank both bailed at the same freaking time.
It was totally unintentional. I was out of the house, just gotten home, and I was like getting everything ready to come get on, and to turn on my computer, check Twitter. I was getting ready to get the link, and I'm like, I missed my part.
It was a great show, though, overall. It was a great show. I mean, Jacob's very appreciative, by the way. Jacob's very appreciative because he got a little bit of extra time in there.
I was appreciative. I know. I had no idea what I was going to be asked or why I was going to be on it. So I was appreciative of all the extra time we got. But no, I mean, it was a great show, Chase, and great job to everyone that was involved with it. This is a really cool thing to be a part of. So,
yeah, we had a blast. All right, so let's talk about this national championship game. Brad, did you have a chance to actually watch it?
I got the first half in, and then she's taken up my time since the first half. So I saw the important stuff. It was over by halftime, wasn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah. You watched it like yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah. I knew the result already. So
yeah,
I'm in the future. It's tomorrow for you guys. So I've already knew what was happening. I just wanted to try and keep Taylor awake, but just try to give him a chance that something might happen. So,
Well, we also have somebody from Scotland, by the way, that's part of the group now too. So I believe he's in the future as well. So
Wow. That's pretty
oh,
crazy.
little P. Yeah, no, we're all over the place, man. We got Scotland, we got Australia. Like, what the hell's going on here?
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. Well, you're behind. Anyways,
we're about a decade behind.
Aside from Devonta Freeman's 200 and something odd
Devonta
yards.
Freeman, wow.
Wait, did I say Freeman? Smith. No, Devonta Smith. Like, was there anybody that actually stood out for you guys? Because I mean, like Mac Jones, he threw for 5 touchdowns, didn't he? Hurt.
Yeah. He actually broke Joe Burrow's record for yardage, I believe.
Wow.
Don't ever use Mac Jones and Joe Burrow in the same sentence ever again. ever
I
again.
saw it on Twitter. I saw some people making that comp actually, but I don't know. I mean, I think Jones is fine, but like he was throwing its air all day, so I don't know. I just don't know what Mac Jones is going to be super hard to evaluate because, I mean, he does a lot of things well. He doesn't make mistakes, but at the end of the day, he's throwing to wide receivers who have 5 yards of separation on every single play. So I'm not sure like how much we can learn from Mac Jones when he's driving the Maserati out there basically every game when he gets to be quarterback at Bama.
Good point.
It's kind of similar to Tua last year, right? Or he had all those guys as well. Besides Judy, right? Everyone else is the same on Alabama.
So I may be incorrect on this, but when it comes to talent evaluation wise, like in the weapons that Mac Jones has, I feel like it's and once again I dive into this. Don't destroy me, Twitter, please. Please don't destroy me for this. But Matt Ryan seems like a pretty comparable player. Like Matt Ryan's way more talented than anybody in his division, so it was very easy for him. Meanwhile, Mac Jones has the best wide receivers in the game. So is this actually a comparable player? Or am I just, fishing because it's another white guy who knows how to throw the ball right?
I mean, I haven't gotten deep into the Mac Jones stuff yet. Like I wouldn't say I've scouted him by any means, but just from what I have seen, I just don't feel like I see like special traits out of him. I see like a solid guy that for fantasy purposes is like probably never going to be, unless in a perfect situation, is never going to be your QB, like a QB1, finishes the top 12 fantasy guy. Like he'll be fine. I think Matt Ryan had that upside. He was like a top 3 quarterback some years.
No, it makes perfect sense. I mean, I just feel like once again with Matt Ryan, like there's something special that stands out. His action's good, his arm's okay. Like, DJ and Jacob, do you guys feel like this could be a comparable, comparison or a good comparison for these options?
I could see that. I was looking or thinking after the game, like who does Mac Jones kind of look like? And one of the things that on the long list of things he does well, on the small list of things he doesn't do well, I feel like is when he has the pocket and he's getting pressured, he can get the ball out. But if he has no options to throw the ball or the ability to throw it away, he really kind of looks like he was almost like unsure of what to do. I mean, that fumble, it was very strange when he had the fumble. It looks like he was almost pushing the ball back behind his back. It was really strange to me. Like, he didn't just think just to secure the ball when he was getting pressured. And he hasn't had a lot of times this season where he's been under pressure to the point where he's having to evade getting a sack. Like, I don't know. So the Matt Ryan comparison I can see, having watched a few Falcons games in my day, when he's under pressure like that, he definitely seems to, he has evasiveness, but he would prefer to be able to throw it versus have to use his legs to make the moves. So I can definitely see it on that side of things.
Yeah, I mean, with the evasiveness, like I feel like he compares to Steve McNair to a point. Like Steve McNair looks very comparable to Mac Jones, who is the guy that I was evaluating prior to. But after watching this game, I was like, okay, it kind of looks like Matt Ryan. But Eddie George makes sense, right?
Eddie George, can you stop?
God damn it, Steve McNair.
How much did you have to drink today?
And Devonta Smith looks like Devonta Freeman.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like Matt Ryan. I think that's a solid one. The comp I've been using, I think so far, is Derek Carr, and I think Matt Ryan is also fine. I see a quarterback that when things are flowing in the rhythm of the offense, when he has the right blocking, when he has receivers that are popping open, he hits them. I don't see him as a guy who's necessarily throwing guys open. I don't see him as a guy who does a great job of freelancing. when the play breaks down. So I think if he gets in the right system with a good O-line with good weapons, I think he's fine as an upside QB2. I've seen Kirk Cousins thrown out a lot as a comp. I think Kirk Cousins is better than Mac Jones, in my opinion. I think his deep ball is a lot better than Mac Jones. I think he's actually a little bit more mobile than Mac Jones. So I don't know. I think Matt Ryan is fine. I think Carr is fine. I think if the system is good, Mac Jones will be fine. If he ends up getting drafted, in sort of the early round 2 in super flex leagues, I can definitely get behind it. If he goes into the round 1, I would rather just trade for a Cousins or a Carr or Matt Ryan, who I think are going to be, cheaper to acquire than Mac Jones. And obviously don't have the longevity, but at least for sure what you're going to get. Whereas, Mac Jones seems like a really safe prospect, but it's not like a bust is totally off the table with him.
Yeah, I completely agree with that 100%. It's something as to where like he needs to end up in the right system, and figure stuff out. But 5 touchdowns, right? Like, broke the yardage record. Like, that's sick. Like, that's amazing. But would you rather have Cousins in fantasy?
Cousins.
Or Mac Jones?
I'll take Cousins.
I think you got to go with what you know. We don't know. We don't even know anything about where Mac Jones will even end up, too. Like, I think that to me makes the big one.
Patriots, I think is a good one.
Who's he throwing to?
That's so gross. That's so gross. He would be such a bad fit with Harry because Jones is a guy who needs to see it before he throws it, and Harry's such a contested catch only guy. And like Damiere Byrd is simply a burner. I think Myers is fine. They would need to draft a wide receiver, I think, for sure. They need to anyways, but I just think Jones needs guys who can create separation to succeed. I don't see that in New England.
Well, we'll see if Jones actually falls to the second round, because maybe New England takes a wide receiver in the first round, and maybe I think Mac Jones goes towards the tail end of the first, but maybe, possibly, Mac Jones makes it second, doing the Patriots trade up. Like we've seen that with very successful GMs over there. So sitting there and looking at it, Devonta Smith, where is he ranking in for you guys in terms of the top options? For fantasy moving forward, where does he rank in for regular fantasy? Like, where does he get drafted?
He's the first receiver off the board, possibly. I mean, Jamar Chase is still in existence. Like, you can't forget that he last season was doing a lot of what Devonta Smith has done this season. So, but I still think he's going to be. I'm looking at the draft order right now. And I'm trying to picture where he's going. I mean, I think he's going to be gone in the top 10 easy. I'm just more so wondering if he goes in even the top 5.
I take him at 5.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you would like him in Cincinnati, but
no, you can't do Jamar Chase. Like, Cincinnati needs so many other things.
I don't care. I would take. Well, this isn't a Bengals draft show.
They need Sewell, I think.
Don't get me started.
No, I want to hear what is your what's the biggest need for the Bengals?
I mean, they have a number of needs. Everyone's going to point to the offensive line, but like I've said this season, the hope is that you address at least one of those issues via free agency. So, Joe Thuney, his wife liked my Twitter post today, suggesting that he should sign with Cincinnati. So I don't want to say I have an inside scoop, but seems like he might, his wife might be interested in the area. I'll probably DM her. I don't think that'll be an issue. Just let her know what the housing market's like here. But anyways, once I secure that free agent for Cincinnati, I might start working on some other guys. Brandon Scherf, that would be nice to have him. So the hope is you get somebody in free agency so that you're not drafting Sewell, or if Sewell even goes earlier and you feel like you have to take Slater there. I don't think you want to feel like you're stuck taking somebody. But I would love to have Chase or Devonta Smith at 5, or if you even trade back a couple spots and get whichever one's left at 7, 8, or 9. They need weapons. They've got Higgins and Boyd, and there's nobody else in that offense. I mean, that's a playmaker.
Yeah, you do. Donovan Peoples-Jones. Come on, baby. Come on. Get on board. Get on board.
He plays for the Browns, Chase.
What?
Oh, wait. Oh, it's Cincinnati. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. Dude, I am so all over the place.
Oh, I love it.
Who's tired here? Who's the tired one here?
Does Chase know more than we know?
Auden Tate, though? Auden Tate?
John Ross.
John Ross. Yeah, there we go.
I quit fantasy football forever.
I can tell if Stephanie's trying to insult me or not. I'm not sure.
Steph's just here to just take roles.
Steph is going to insult me for sure when I start talking about Devonta Smith. I'll get -2 Steph points.
Oh,
That's uncalled for.
No, my Devontae Smith take. So he's actually my wide receiver 5 in this class, which is probably the lowest you'll find in most corners. First of all, I think Smith is very good. He's a tier 1 wide receiver for me. I do have concerns based on his metrics. His breakout age is poor. His BMI is very poor. In terms of no, but it's a legit thing. Like here's what I feel about the BMI. Like, do we know for sure that it's a perfect predictor? It's not. However, to me, if you're looking at the guys at the very top of this wide receiver class, and I think it's a very deep class, to me, it's not just about Chase versus Smith. You're also looking at guys like Bateman. You're looking at guys like Rondale Moore. And I'm going to put Terrace Marshall in that bracket. And to me, if you're looking at that group, I think all of them have a really high ceiling. And if you're looking at probability of hitting that ceiling, I am concerned with a guy like Smith who doesn't really have a natural comp in terms of someone who's hit a wide receiver 1 ceiling in the NFL. So I do have those concerns. In terms of how that translates to play style, I mean, we see it with Devontae Smith. He doesn't get bracketed on an island very often. Steve Sarkisian does a great job of scheming him into space. He is elite at that, but I think that he is more system dependent than a lot of people do. I don't have those concerns with Jamar Chase. I don't have those concerns with Rashad Bateman. I think Rondale Moore's game is more versatile, and he broke out, was more productive at a younger age. And in my opinion, I have Terrace Marshall even ahead of Devontae Smith, who I think is another guy that produced really well in a crowded wide receiver room last year and then broke out as a dominant threat this year. He just did it in a much worse offense.
It just depends, with the whole scheme and where he ends up. I mean, I think that he could have a successful career with a team like Green Bay. Just sitting there and looking at it, Jacksonville makes sense, but he's not going to get drafted number 1 overall, obviously. Atlanta makes a little bit of sense, but I think that Calvin Ridley is the guy that plays that role. Philadelphia just drafted a bunch of speed guys. Detroit makes a lot of sense because of the fact that Marvin Jones is probably going to end up moving on after the season. And it's wait, Stafford, is he going to be the quarterback or not? But it still makes sense because he could be the speed guy. Meanwhile, Galladay is going to garner the amount of the bracketed coverages like you brought up. Denver already has their guy. Dallas already has Gallup. Giants make a lot of sense. So I don't really see him sinking below the Giants or Chargers level, at 13. Do you guys think that he might sink below that?
Are you talking Devontae Smith still?
Yes.
Not Devontae Freeman?
I was I was just making sure. I can't see him falling lower than whatever you said, 12 or 13.
I mean,
I don't think he makes it out of the top
receiver.
10. I don't think he makes it out of the top 10.
The only people that I see drafting, though, are Detroit, possibly.
I think you're going to see at least one team
And
trade
Giants.
up for a quarterback. And so whoever they trade up into that spot and drops back might make sense for them to take. So, if Dolphins
Detroit.
are at 3, they're not going to take Devontae Smith at number 3. But if somebody wants to jump up to 3 to take a quarterback, I mean, I don't think there's a quarterback necessarily worthy of going at number 3. But we saw sorry, but the Bears trade up for Trubisky, and no one really saw that coming. So someone could fall in love with Trey Lance or whoever and want to move up, and then whatever team moves back, I think they could talk themselves into a Devontae Smith sometime in the late. What do you call the ones? Because it's not the teens, the late ones, the late singles, 7, 8, 9, something like that.
You can just say 7, 8, 9, I think.
Yeah.
Steph, you gonna come on or what? Steph, you gonna come on?
She literally
Peterson.
bullied me onto
Yeah.
this live show and then just sits in the peanut gallery and trolls. I just don't
Steph, you
understand.
could at least give me your -5 in person.
Yeah, come on, Steph. What are you doing? Get on here. Get on here. She'll be backstage. No, she has to hop in on the front stage.
Smith will be the second wide receiver drafted, probably, right? That's the most likely outcome.
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, Waddle makes a lot of sense, but obviously he played hurt. And why did he come back? He wasn't supposed to come back until the combine. Why did he come back and just hurt himself more? That was so stupid to me.
He's
And
a
then
gladiator.
Peter-
The sideline reporter confirmed he's fine. He's got full range of motion. I'm like, are you watching him out there? He looks like he's more than just getting used to his ankle. He looks like he might be in pain a little bit.
Yeah, it was rough.
So, by the way, we have a question in from Jamie, right? Is Galladay going to end up anywhere else other than the Lions? Are they going to
Yes.
tag him? Are they going to, make sure he ends up back in Detroit? Taylor, you said he's going to end up somewhere else.
I think he's gonna go somewhere else.
Where?
I don't know, somewhere else. You asked if he's gonna end up somewhere else. I said
Cincinnati.
somewhere else. No, he's not going to
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
That'd be a bad fit, I think.
Gosh, no.
No, he's the perfect fit. There's no way he ends up anywhere else, right?
Okay, so what if he went to, and this is just I'm just asking you, what if he went to like Washington?
That'd be a
Steffi,
good
I'm not
fit.
tagging any more of your posts, by the way. I'm not going to post them until you come on the live show. Just
Thank you.
saying. But sitting there looking at Washington does not make sense because Terry McLaurin is the guy over there where they use him in the intermediate routes. Sure, they could use somebody that runs deep. But Washington's not going to pay a guy like that to play the Cam Sims role. They need a slot receiver. Juju makes a lot of sense there, but not Kenny Galladay. Sitting and looking at it like Green Bay makes a lot of sense. Sitting there and looking at the Devontae Adams and intermediate route tree / deep one brings pressure off, but they still need some speed. I've been looking through it and I haven't seen a lot of like opportunities outside of New England, maybe.
I mean, I'm sure Steph will have comments, but the Giants, I mean, they're not usually a team that goes out and spends super aggressively, so that's why I would temper expectations. But fit-wise, it makes sense, right? They have Slayton as the speed guy, Shepard's a great slot guy. Galladay would certainly be good there.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does make a lot of sense. What about you, DJ?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at that right now and see. I think you guys nailed a lot of like the main candidates for it. I mean, there's not really many teams that I can see him being an immediate fit on. You know who's interesting to me though is the Jets, because I don't think of them as having a true wide receiver one on the team. And there's the talk of if they, are they going to draft Fields at number 2? And if they're going to do that, are they going to keep Jamison Crowder as their main guy? Rashad Perryman, are those two guys going to lead the charge with your generational quarterback you got? I don't know, but I think you guys got. I like the Giants the best.
You don't like Mims, DJ?
Mims?
I like Mims, but I mean, we're talking about. I mean, Galladay's clearly been picked to be a better receiver than Mims. I'm not saying Mims can't be great.
On the Lions, and I just want all of you to just realize that quick.
I don't understand how he makes it off the Lions. Like, how do they let him walk?
There's like a 0% chance. If he didn't get hurt, I would say he could go anywhere. But him getting hurt screwed him over. They're gonna tag his ass. They can negotiate that contract, and he's stuck there. I'm sorry. I know. Just
tag his ass.
Try. It's okay.
No, I honestly think that's gonna be the case. I don't see how Galladay leaves.
Who's gonna pay for him in his condition? I'm being serious.
Especially with the other free agent wide receivers, right? Like you'd rather have Robinson, you'd rather have Copeland.
Yeah.
In what condition?
He has a 91% chance to literally get hurt next season. He only played 5 games this season. 2 seasons ago, he missed 5 games. He actually missed his last college game. He missed from an injury. The guy's injury prone. And when he's on the field, he's kind of consistent, but not really. Like, you don't really always know what you're going to get out of him. I just don't think he's totally worth it. So you'd have to be like very bought in to like take him on your team.
Why are you yelling at me?
All these days. I mean, he's kind of screwed.
I think I'm the stuff though. Like he's kind of an old school wide receiver, right? He's a guy you toss the jump ball up to. Like he works with Stafford, who's a gunslinger and is willing to take chances. But with like a lot of quarterbacks you see coming into the NFL these days with these college systems, like they're not anticipation throwers. They're not jump ball throwers. Like they're like guys like Godwin work in any system, right? But like a guy like Galladay, who's that classic jump ball wide receiver, like he only works to his full potential in certain offenses. And like, I don't know how many teams need that like prototypical jump ball X receiver. And if you don't need that, then you're not going to pay, $25 million a year for that.
It's expensive too. A lot of these teams that need him don't have that space to pay.
25 is a little high. I think you take like
20?
16 to 18.
Yeah, right.
I think you would.
Stanley Watkins makes that.
Yeah, like Golden Tate makes that shit. It's
No,
not.
Well, Golden Tate was spoiled. Like he was spoiled rotten.
I want to keep him, but that's a whole nother story.
Wait, but who else did you say, Jacob?
The Lizard King, he makes that much money.
No, he does not make.
Yeah, he
16
does. He was 3 for 48. 3 for 48.
Chase, he was the one we talked about the other night as like a top 5 receiver, pay like 2020 cap.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they paid him because it's Aaron Rodgers. Okay, that makes sense.
Other than Julio Jones, I can't even name someone that is more overrated than Galladay. I'm dead ass. I'm so off the Galladay train. Like,
God, you hate Julio Jones too.
Wow.
It drives me
I-
nuts.
Why do you hate
I
Julio?
don't care. Like, just don't. They're too inconsistent, especially from a fantasy perspective. Like, they're just very inconsistent players. Is all.
I'm kind of with you on-
Peter Howard would like a word.
Okay.
You'll have 27.
Last time you mentioned
in
Julio
there.
Jones.
I'm
terms of
telling you
guys-
guys right now, they still I do injuries all the time. Can't even find anything on his injuries. Like, it makes no sense. Like, this guy is like somehow just gets these like random injuries that all of a sudden, at least everyone else, it's like he has a high ankle sprain, like CMC. They are at least telling you what's going on. With Galladay, it's like some big mystery, but then he's like
Yeah.
grinding some girl on his Instagram. Like, so are you injured or?
Well, not every part of him's injured.
Something
All right.
works. No,
So
he's
sitting there going through, right? I want to go through the
old.
free agents for the wide receiver class, okay? You
Yeah.
got Tavon Austin, Antonio Brown, Mohamed Sanu, Josh Gordon. Let's see, Paul Richardson. That doesn't matter.
Paul
I'm like-
Richardson, you mean Devontae Smith?
I'm getting nauseous a little bit.
Can you like
That's
name
the
some of the
joke.
good receivers that are free agents?
Yeah.
I'm looking through it. Like I actually probably
Tavon
told-
Austin.
He's
Paul
warming his way up,
Richardson.
Taylor.
John Ross is a free agent.
Geronimo
So I'm not
Allison.
sure where he's
Corey
gonna-
Davis,
Cody
There we
Lattimore.
go. There we go.
Sam,
Godwin, Juju, Fuller, A-Rob, Galladay are the best, right?
Yes.
the only person that I would ever spend money on is probably A-Rob. To be honest, if I'm a team,
Oh.
I'm not gonna
That's-
pay anyone this high salary that they're considering for everyone, other than A-Rob. in
I'll
my
fight
opinion.
you over Chris Godwin.
Yeah, I'd pay Godwin.
Oh, you can say Godwin all day.
He's the one I want more than
Juju
anyone on my
Godwin
team.
or A-Rob is going to end up on Washington, but I probably doubt it's A-Rob.
Or he's literally. I mean, actually, after today, he was pretty clear about the fact that he's ready to go.
He out.
Yeah, that fake account got me, by the way. That fake account got me. Like the one where they were like, he's
Going to
at
the
that
Giants?
stadium. Yeah.
I would pass out, but we don't have the money to pay him. You're like, you want to pay. This is what Giants Nation's problem is. You want to pay Leo Williams, Tomlinson, all these guys. You want to give them these big contracts, and then how are we paying A-Rob? Are you guys crazy? There's no way.
So FF Disciple actually brought up the KG's actually older than people realize.
I
He's
realize.
like 28.
He's older than
27.
everyone realizes, and Godwin's younger than everyone realizes. Like they're 3 years apart, and everyone sees them as the same
Well,
age.
Godwin shouldn't play like he's an old man. then.
Well, the biggest thing with Galladay is that he hasn't taken a lot of hits, and I think that does matter. It's very similar
Because
to
he's
Kenny
injured.
Roberts.
He's always
not on the
injured.
field.
Never fucking
It
play.
is.
You have to play
What-
football to get hit.
He also came out when he was like 24 too, so that was a
Right.
big piece of it.
Whereas Godwin was 12 when he came out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think
No,
I
he was like one of the youngest. Him and A-Rob both were super young, right? Like A-Rob's on contract number 3. He's the same age as Kenny Galladay.
Damn.
Yeah, and what team would you guys like to see A-Rob on?
I want
Other
him to
than my
stay
own
with the
team?
Bears. I want him to stay with Chicago.
Good luck.
I thought he was gonna stay there until he made all these-
That's where I want him to be.
I mean, with who throwing him the ball in Chicago?
That's the best part. Who
Yeah.
knows? It's
Watson.
week to week. It's
Deshaun
the magician,
Watson.
man. Yeah, Deshaun Watson. Of course,
Hmm.
Deshaun. Easy.
Troy's coming on tonight.
Reach that circle.
Premarital.
Troy, you coming on, right?
Half awake.
So we're not allowed to.
Me
We're just,
too.
I want to clarify, Steph. We're not allowed to say the Giants for A-Rob, right? That's been
No, you guys
allowed.
can. That's cool. I'm totally down with that, but I still want us to take a wide receiver in the first round. Like,
Oh.
pay whoever the fuck you want, but we still need a wide receiver in the first round. That offense is way too young. You need to take someone else that you're gonna like build into that system. Is all.
Well, you
I mean, New
have,
England would be
three
good because
spot
they don't have
New
Yeah.
England, I was thinking. Yeah, I agree.
You
Like,
have
if
three
anyone
spot
thinks N'Keal
receivers.
Harry's good, stop.
Wait, if anybody thinks who?
N'Keal Harry, like I'm so over him. People are like talking about this as a buy low. I was done with him before he declared for the draft. I'm still very done with him. So A-Rob can come right in there and take the X role as far as I'm concerned.
I wonder how much this guy thinks he's gonna get paid though, because I feel like all the teams that need him don't have that much money to spend. Like he's not gonna be able to get the contract he wants. So he might be better off staying in Chicago and making them pay the fuck up.
You know who needs a wide receiver and has a lot of cap space? My Indianapolis Colts. Although I think Godwin's a better fit than A-Rob, but I want one of them. Or Juju, but I'm not a big
Y'all
Juju
need a
guy.
damn quarterback though.
A-Rob's actually better in the slot than he is as the X wide receiver, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, he can fit
better
that.
in the slot. But I mean, he's the big slot receiver. He's almost built like a tight end to an extent, like a small tight end. Like I think he's like actually kind of equivalent to Trey Burton in size. Like he's
only in
probably
size, but yes.
I feel like the Dolphins is kind of a good option.
No, Lynn Bowden. No, I love Lynn Bowden. Don't you put that juju on me.
I'm just saying.
I think she has a point though. That's
But then what the problem is,
It's
then
a great
you put-
point. It's
you
a great
put
point.
you put him in Miami, and then all of a sudden Tua looks like a great quarterback, which he is not. So it's like,
You mean Deshaun Watson?
I would love to just bash Tua.
Wow.
oh
I
god,
got Deshaun Watson plays for
right
2
there.
teams.
It's okay. Tua is the truth. I'm sure.
No, you mean Deshaun Watson, not Tua.
Yeah.
Because Tua's gonna end with the Texans. Dude, how bad would that be? How much of a night would that be for Tua?
Fucking bench, man. This guy's not lasting more than 3 years in this league.
Will Fuller would never catch another pass in his life if Tua
Will
is the,
Fuller is going to Miami.
he needs to stay with Deshaun. I couldn't come up with a worse combo possible of wide receiver and quarterback than Tua's noodle arm and Will Fuller running 50 yards down the field with his needle, and Tua's just not getting anywhere close to him.
Dude, Tua with Brandon Cooks and Fuller just running go routes.
Yeah, but he
I
can't
mean,
see them. That's the problem. He
No,
can't
he'll
see
just
the roots.
Jordan Akins will thrive.
Oh man.
So he won't be able to see the
Only
roots.
the sun will get between Jordan Akins and a 120 target season with Tua.
Dude, oh my God, Waring. Waring's gonna be a thing. Tua goes there.
finally.
Holly, yeah, that's my guy.
But sitting there and looking at it, like, oh my God, like if Will Fuller goes to Miami with
He's not. He's staying
Sean
with
Watson,
Why are we
I think that actually my biggest flag I'm planted is there's no way that Fuller ends up back with the Texans.
I tried to tell you. They literally said that they want to re-sign him. All right.
That's
I
great.
I think
he's
back. If they have Deshaun back, like Deshaun wants him back badly, and if they want to appease Deshaun, they'll bring back Fuller.
If I was the Packers, I would pay Fuller $12 a month, and then I would just bring him to the Packers.
That's
That's what I would-
Sounds like a great deal.
Will you bring his
Guys,
pharmacist?
they already have so much money invested in the wide receiver position with Randall Cobb and with Brandon Cooks. I just don't know how they invest that much more when they need an
Randall
offensive
Cobb
line.
is badass too.
Can they get out of the
God
Cobb
they're paying him.
contract?
The Cobb contract is
When
actually
can they get
really-
out of that? It's such a bad
They
contract.
can't, not for 2 years, 2 more years. They're
Imagine-
stuck.
I
And Brandon Cook's contract is stuck for at least a year. Like their contract situation,
Good.
it's a nightmare. Like Bill O'Brien fucked up.
Imagine being the Eagles though. What the fuck are they gonna do?
Good old Alshon and Ertz.
Negative 71 million. Literally, what do you do with that? How do you
The
fix
Saints
that?
are even worse.
Carson Wentz to the Colts.
No,
fine.
no.
Yeah.
Give us a third round pick. Give us a third
Sam
round pick.
Darnold.
No,
Oh God, no.
he
Don't
is
put
staying
that on me.
on the Jets. I can't wait for this to come. I'm gonna troll everyone so hard when I'm right.
I think Darnold. I actually think Darnold stays in the Jets, and I want. I mean, I
Smart.
feel like the Wentz thing won't happen because it like makes too much sense, and the things that make sense like from a narrative thing never seem to come true. But like I mean, the Colts are my life, and I have been such an irrational Carson Wentz defender for like so long now that I need him. I need him on the Colts. I need to be vindicated on my favorite team. It would be great.
Okay, but then what happens when he comes and then you just like want to stab your eyeballs out?
He'll be fine. It'll work. Steph, I'll manifest it. It'll be great.
Okay, but also this is my thing with Wentz is like, so if he goes to another
Okay.
team,
You and I are on the same page with that.
what? Now what? What did I say now? Is everyone being perverted?
Yes.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I was laughing
Cold
at the
can't
koalas.
even handle it. He's gonna pass out.
Oh, is that what you were laughing at? Okay.
Whatever. All I'm saying is that if Wentz goes to another team, all you're saying is that Wentz wasn't the problem, which he absolutely was the problem because then Hurts started playing and had success. So Wentz is 100% the problem. He panics and then acts like he's fucking 2 years old and throws the football wherever he wants.
But Frank Reich is the solution.
What if Wentz was the problem?
That was the key. That's the whole reason that even the Eagles were even good when they were good. The minute he leaves, the Eagles turn south quick.
DJ is such like a calming sound. Like
I like it.
I'm all worked up, and then he talks, and I'm like, oh, okay.
5 years. So
It's because I'm beat down. Bad weekend of bets. Capitalized with this Alabama win.
wow.
Dude, we bombed Sunday, so you're good. Taylor, you can get out of here. You're good, man.
Here, Steph, do you think Wentz can do this? Catch the
Oh.
snap.
No, he
Hand
already
it to Taylor. That's all he's got to do.
arms.
That's all
He
any
already
Colts quarterback has
has-
to do. Catch the snap, hand it to Taylor. You're good. You're done.
Yeah, that's true. But also, why take over that contract if you can literally get like Winston or fucking Cam
Oh, I
Newton
love
for
Winston.
you? Like,
No,
Andy
not
Dalton.
Cam Newton. Not Cam Newton. No,
you're saying do this. I think Cam Newton can do this better
I
than
I don't think he can do that.
It's true. But I like Winston. I want Winston to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm pro Winston. I love Winston.
The guy
He's
can
really fun.
see.
Yeah, he's fun.
I'm
He's a
with
lot
you
of
on
fun.
Jameis. I'd happily have Jameis Winston on my team.
Yeah, I'm telling you, no one's taking a chance on him since he got his eyes done. Like,
Definitely are big fans of
Thing.
James Winston.
I think he'd be him in Washington would be a great spot for him. I think he fits the scheme well.
I'm a big fan of Jameis actually going to Denver, and I was last year. But I think that just makes too much sense. Like you said, like things that make sense just don't happen in the NFL, and I just think it makes too much sense.
You don't think they give Drew Lock another opportunity?
Hey, why not create a quarterback competition?
They should just draft all the receivers. What's their pick?
Why
They
not
could
just act like
get
the
Jamar
Dolphins
Chase, the ninth
but-
pick, and then just have another receiver there as well. Just give him one more person to throw to.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
many people to throw to.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't have enough yet, though. You see,
Right.
you got to make sure he has his options.
He needs a good tight end 3 and wide receiver 5.
Mhm.
God,
Where do you
man.
You're only as good as your wide
Wow.
receiver 5.
That's
The
what
worst part is like Drew Lock actually had a great game his last game of the season, so it makes it even tougher to replace him.
does it?
No. No, it kind of.
No, it kind of doesn't. I mean, it's like one game. It's still him. Yeah, I don't know about that. I
don't know.
replaced the shit out of him.
Didn't he get
Alright.
like 75 yards with Judy just running in that game?
I don't like Judy at all either. Now you
I,
guys,
I
are,
don't either.
you guys are bringing up players I just have no interest in talking.
So I actually did a study as to where sitting there and looking at it, Noah Fant in his rookie year had what was it, like 34% of his yards come on 3 plays
Yes.
out of his 49 receptions. So
wild.
yeah, I mean, I don't remember the exact stats and everything. I came up with this was off-season content, but I mean, sitting there and looking at it, like, yeah, Noah Fant was just overly efficient, very similar to Lamar Jackson stuff. But you know, when you deal in injuries, you deal in efficiency metrics. It's like that's never going to happen again. So Noah Fant's going to have to actually take over a volume role, and with the amount of equity they're investing in pass catchers, doesn't really make sense unless they get a major quarterback there. So with that being said, who is Denver actually bring a quarterback this upcoming year? Because I think it could end up happening. Like Stafford, you know, we
I
have
would like
Dalton. Like who are they going to bring in?
I mean, they're in a good position though. They could draft someone though.
Yeah,
Aren't they
they got the ninth pick overall.
I don't
I
think
think
the
they're
Jets
patient
are
enough.
QB. He could drop, honestly. Like I feel like some people could drop. If-
Yeah, but are they ready to take over the quarterback position as a whole right off the bat?
They should be concerned. Yeah.
Trey Lance is number 3 overall
Wilson,
ranked, right?
probably. Well, I have Lance at 3, but I think most
Yeah,
people prefer
Lance-
Wilson.
Yeah. Depends on who you ask, I think, really. I mean,
Dude, it's
Wilson's.
so all over the board this year, man.
Yeah, I
I
think
would
it's
love
just
to know
'cause
what Cold T thinks.
well, who thinks?
Colt T.
The face. Oh my
I was updating my Twitter banner, so My apologies. Haven't really dug into the tape yet.
I'm 100% cutting that clip.
I have Lawrence and Fields 1-2.
So,
Okay.
No more questions. No more questions at this time.
I think Fields is a better quarterback. I think that Lawrence is going to be the guy that gets drafted, and then he has the same story as the rest.
I think Lawrence is overrated.
No.
Okay, so
No.
I agree.
He's good.
He will
Like
not have
it's the
the
same thing with Tua. I'm not saying
All
Tua is a
wrong.
bad quarterback necessarily.
I
don't think he's bad. Lawrence is
think
better
he's
than
bad.
Tua, but he's still overrated. I think he's
No.
overrated.
No.
So better than Tua. So we have something between best prospect since Andrew Luck and Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's the range where he gets to
Yes.
fall in. Then if he's better than
Yes.
Tua,
Yeah.
What range is
where
that?
within that range?
I'm comfortable putting him like wherever you have Burrow in your rankings, you could put Lawrence right there with him. So like whether you have Burrow top 5 quarterback or top 10 quarterback, I think
I don't see. I
Lawrence-
think Burrow is way better than him.
I didn't want to say
Oh,
that,
I don't
but
think I don't think
Like
that.
I think that Fields is better than Lawrence. But I think Burrow is better than Lawrence. I'm not bought into the Lawrence thing. I think he's gonna be the
I'm
guy
not
that comes
either.
in, and I think
Oh,
he's gonna end up.
no.
This is a
No.
whole
Look at Rosen. What the fuck did that guy get drafted? Where the hell is he?
11th.
Yeah,
That's
he
11th.
wasn't
Not
very
what
good.
it was.
That's totally
It's
different
one of
though.
the best
Rosen,
prospects to ever
I
come
don't
out of the
like-
draft. People don't like Rosen. Rosen
don't
should
like
never go in the first
Lawrence.
round.
Yeah, he plays tennis.
honestly, if
Yeah, he
Trevor
plays
Lawrence,
tennis.
if he cuts his hair, he'll be better than if he doesn't cut his hair. 'Cause
We'll
I
take
can't,
offense to
I can't
this.
stand looking at him. I can't stand looking at him.
wow.
Yeah.
But Herbert got worse when he cut his hair, so I don't know if that holds up to the evidence.
That's true. That's true.
Ah.
Also,
I'm not a fan.
Samson in the Bible lost his strength when he cut his hair, right?
You
I
are
think
a
it was
point.
strength.
True.
You are a point.
You would
I-
say that.
That's
Yeah.
not an area of my expertise when
Yeah.
it comes to my fantasy
No.
analysis.
Mhm.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when
I
you're
agree. I just quoted it in my last article.
Mhm.
Samson.
Wow.
She said, yeah. Yeah.
Fantasy intervention theology hour.
Okay.
Oh my god, I fucking love this. I love
All right.
this.
I need to go to bed, guys. But this was
Right.
fun.
It's okay. It's actually really late for Taylor. Please
It's
go to bed.
extremely late.
You're
I
gonna be
will.
so cranky.
Taylor, get the
tomorrow.
fuck out.
I'm gonna be really cranky tomorrow.
Just
See you
kick
guys.
him out. I think I can do it. Okay, bye.
Bye, Colty.
Oh my god, Jamie wants to come in. I sent Jamie a link on
Okay,
Twitter.
wait. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Where do you think Pitts is going? Because I think that disrupts the entire draft order. I think Pitts is what's going to disrupt everything.
Yeah, he is,
That's
he
not taking a QB and Pitts. I think those are what's going to disrupt everything.
Philadelphia, probably. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, yeah, he's gonna mess everything up. But I think he has a Cincy at 5, and I don't think that's the right pick for Cincy. But I think that's where he ends up.
Mm.
I think he goes to the Chargers. I think that the Cincinnati tight end 1 is going to be Gerald Everett next year.
Interesting.
Wow.
So the Chargers are so late in the draft. They're drafting at 13.
Are they that? I mean,
No, but he'll draw. I think he's going to end up.
I don't think he's going to go that high just because I think like Chase is going to go before him for sure. Smith
Yeah.
is going to go before him probably.
Mm.
Waddle seems like a guy that NFL teams will take too early. So I could see,
Penny will go. What's his
yeah,
name?
and then there's going to be like 3 or 4 quarterbacks top 10. So I could see Kyle Pitts dropping a little bit.
Keep in mind that Hawkinson got drafted at 8.
That was
Why?
not as good of an offensive class, though. I think teams that are looking for pass catchers, like I don't know that many teams where they look at it as though they have a massive need at tight end, but they don't have a need at wide receiver. Like I think most teams just need pass catchers, and I can't imagine Pitts going before Chase or Devontae Smith. I would take him over Devontae Smith, but I'm not most people.
Let me preface this by saying, hey, I was dead wrong. I was dead wrong last year. I didn't think that there were going to be 5 wide receivers drafted in the first round. They were like 5 or 6, just because of the depth of the talent that was at the position. So sitting there and looking at it, like I actually thought that there was going to be like 3 to 4 because there was more depth. This year kind of feels like the same sort of thing. So I'm going to stick to my guns. And although I was wrong last year, I still feel like they could fade wide receiver to an extent because the depth of talent for the first 2 rounds is going to be amazing. And by the way, the second round, which is where I predicted there would be 10 wide receivers drafted, I believe hit close to that, if not hit that. So I think that certain teams could fade that and grab a wide receiver in the second round because pass catchers are pass catchers.
Yeah.
You know, and Pitts kind of classifies as a wide receiver.
I kind
So-
of go ahead. Sorry.
DJ, what you got?
I was just agreeing that like Pitts is just a gigantic receiver the way he plays the game. It's maddening as a Georgia fan, but every other game's awesome. But that one was not. But the dude is awesome. I will say though, in the past 10 years, there has been 10 tight ends drafted in the first round. Not every year has had one, but there's been years with multiple in the first round. And I mean, I feel like tight ends can pan out in a lot of areas in the first 3 rounds, but notable ones in the first round: Hayden Hurst, Hawkinson, Fant, OJ Howard, Evan Ingram, and Njoku.
But
And that was 2017 now. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's 6 tight ends in the first round, and you wouldn't start.
Oh my god.
half
waste
of
your
them.
draft 101. Do what the Giants do. Like if you want to literally blow draft picks away, just do what the Giants do.
Have you ever heard of the Atlanta Falcons?
Yeah, well them too, but they also like choke during games, so it's like kind of their
That's
MO.
We're all used to that here. We're very used to every part of that.
What about the
Cardinals,
Pats though? I
3 years
kind
ago,
of
we
like
looked
Pats
at
for taking him.
Who?
Did you see the Packers?
Definitely not the Packers. That would be
couldn't hear
insane.
you.
The Patriots, the
Mhm.
Pats. But I
They
think
just drafted 2 tight ends last year.
and they're waste. But if
You're so quick.
if I think drops if it drops,
Awesome.
Wait, am I
Done
wrong?
with Aussie.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong, it's just fine. But if Pitts drops to the Giants, I wouldn't be surprised if they take him.
Yeah, I mean, Evan
I
Ingram
think they love
pretty
Ingram
bad.
for whatever reason. I have no idea why they like Ingram, but they love Ingram. Like they
No, they don't.
Call-
They don't. They love Ingram. They just don't love Garrett. They're like forcing this dumb idiot into the system. Is all.
Yeah, Eggman Ingram perplexes me. Like, I liked him as a prospect. He's super athletic. He checks a lot of boxes, but he's just bad. I don't
He's
know.
not Witten is the problem. It's like Jason Garrett. You're not in Dallas. Like wake up from your amnesia or whatever is wrong with you. Like you can't call plays like that because it's just not working, sir. Like
you just can't catch the ball. It's frustrating because Evan Ingram's so like just uber talented, and he
35
can't
points
catch the ball.
costed.
Yeah.
35 points the whole season.
Yeah, she did a study. She went back and she did a study. Can you go ahead and say that real quick?
Mine is more. I mean, so according to these like analytical people that think they're so great, it's like 35 points. Mine is like I have him at like 47 or something
I think you said 42.
for the Chase.
I'm trying to help you.
Okay, so 42. So whatever, 35, 42. Still, that's a lot of points for one player to caught. He's the most targeted player on the team. Are you guys crazy? And then Slayton alone having 16 on my board, 11 on these people. Grow up. Like it's ridiculous. Jason Garrett doesn't know how to call a freaking football game.
Wherever Pitts goes, he rocks, right? We all love Kyle
Yeah.
Pitts.
Yeah, I think he's going to
Yeah.
make an impact pretty quickly.
He's gonna be sick. He's gonna wherever he goes. He's also really versatile too. Like
Hmm.
My advice to people if they're approaching their super flex drafts is like, even if you don't need a tight end, consider Pitts. Just I would view him as a wide receiver. Like I've already seen people talking about how first round tight ends come in and it takes them a while to adjust. Like, I mean, we don't know who's going to draft him. We don't know how smart that offensive system's going to be. But if they use him appropriately, they're not going to be asking him to block a whole lot. Like, you don't want to waste Kyle Pitts as an inline blocker. You want to get him out in space. You want to use him like the Saints used Jimmy Graham, back in his peak years. So to me, like, I would just grade Pitts with your wide receivers. And if you don't
He's
need a tight end,
versatile.
take him where you would take him
Yeah.
if he was a wide receiver. If you do need a tight end, boost him up appropriately. But
yeah. I just think he would do so well with Daniel Jones. Okay, it's fine. I can dream on. I just love him.
Was
He'd be
that
great on
Corey
the
that
Jets.
wrote that article, by the way?
That's Corey, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, Corey did. And it was it's a good article for sure.
I still have to catch up with it. I was
Blew
really
my
drunk
mind
on
over
the entire
it.
day. So
Ingram is nowhere in the article. Spoiler alert.
Jamie, I sent you another link if you want to come in, man. I'd love to have you, of course. So sitting there looking at it, It's going to be an off year, but I like Kyle Pitts. Like I think that he could be a major impact player at multiple different places, like multiple different positions.
Huge too. He's like 6'6", 240 or something.
Yeah.
What
do you think he'll run? I think he's going to run low 4.5s personally.
Yeah, it's going to be right around there.
Yeah.
He is.
Dude, it'd be incredible. Could he break the 4.4? Like, could he? Like,
Possible.
If he breaks that 4.4, huh?
What can't he do is the thing. Like,
he can't break agility drills like Adam Troutman. That's for sure.
Oh my God.
That's my guy. It's not my guy. I just made a dumb bet because I don't like Cole Kmet, and now Troutman's my guy. But
Yeah.
Troutman's actually really talented. Like
he's really talented.
He
better
actually
than
is
Cole
like
Kmet, that's for sure.
he came in as a quarterback, right? And
And that's the problem.
yeah,
Hey,
it takes
Julian
time to
Edelman
find a
came in at the
goal.
quarterback.
Logan Thomas is a quarterback. Did you know that?
What?
No way.
Yeah.
How many shots do you guys take every time they say Logan Thomas played quarterback in college? And how did it like increase over the course of the year?
My shots don't depend on that. So. Hey, I want to bring in one of our biggest fans. Somebody that actually has helped out the Patreon page, helped us out on Facebook. Jamie, Cleveland Big Game is coming in.
Oh yeah, fun.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, Jamie, did you get my Christmas present I sent you?
You got me a Christmas present?
I did. I tried to send it to you. You didn't get it?
Oh, Helena said you asked for my address, but no, I never got anything yet.
Yeah, I asked your girl for your address. I'll check it out. I'll make sure that it's still there, but I thought I sent it already.
She told me about it, and I was so excited, and she would not
get it every day, and then it didn't come.
I'm gonna be so mad if I got the wrong address or something. I'll check it out. I'll make sure it's going to the right place. We'll talk after this. But
I'll send you my address on Messenger.
Cool, that works, man. So, how you feeling about the Cleveland Browns making the playoffs, bro?
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. The first 30 minutes of that game, I was so stoked.
Did you get nervous towards the tail end of it?
Yes, I did.
You're like,
I was stoked, and I never liked the Browns until last night, and now I'm like totally rooting for them. Like I think it's awesome.
Hell yeah, Steph.
I'm all in.
I like it because I had Chubb in all of my DFS lineups, so the Browns were great. Go Browns.
Air DJ is like, I'm not going to say anything because I was rooting for the Steelers the whole time.
I liked the Browns. I wanted them to win, but I will say I led some friends. There was a DraftKings boost, $1 plus 10,000 odds on whichever team you wanted, and I was like, oh, well, Steelers are probably going to win. That's the smart bet. And then we all sat and watched the first quarter. Joko on by, and then the second.
We knew the Steelers were frauds, but like, don't make it so freaking.
I know that. Come on,
Steffi and I bombed that show. Like we did a show. I'm sorry, Jamie. We did a show, and we thought
I nailed it all season until this show. Like it was so bad, we couldn't have made worse calls.
Sorry, Jamie. Love you, man.
I'm all in on the Browns though now. I like Baker. I love Chubb. I love watching him run.
Love Baker.
Love Chubbs.
So.
No, I'm just sitting there looking at it. It's going to be amazing, set up for the rest of the year. I think that the Browns actually have a chance to beat the Ravens, to beat the Chiefs, to actually take it all the way home. I really think it's very realistic. And I don't think I've ever said that about the Browns ever in my entire life, or an underdog like this as a whole. But I think the Browns actually have a chance.
They're a good matchup against the Chiefs.
That was like the 2007 Giants. I'm dead ass.
Oh God, Steffi's calling it.
What?
And yes,
I'm just
Jacob,
saying, don't tell me that.
They're the perfect matchup against the Chiefs.
They are. Like I'm definitely not going to pick the Browns to win, but I will. Look, I value money in my life. Okay, but I will. But no, I like the Browns matchup. Kareem Hunt's 100% going to be my most owned player in DFS this week. I know that already. They're going to be able to have success running the ball. I don't know how they're going to defend the Chiefs, but I think that the Browns will score. I think that game could go hit 70 points.
They're very beatable though. That's I understand they're the Chiefs, and we all get very excited when we hear the Chiefs name, but I think that they're very beatable. And beatable is because of that So the one game that I always think of when I think of the Chiefs is the second time that they played the Raiders.
Yeah.
A solid team would have whooped their fucking ass that night. The Raiders really held them to, they held them the most of the game. But a good team could whoop their butt that night.
They did a good job controlling the clock, right? That's what Cleveland needs to do.
Yeah.
Chiefs have never been a good run defense. I think some of that is intentional, honestly. I think the way that the Chiefs set up their defense kind of allows you and entices you to run the ball against them in certain ways. And I've seen them dial it up and be better against the run when they really adjust. But still, I think Chubb is going to have a good game for as long as he's able to stay relevant. I think Hunt will have success. I think the Browns will move the ball. If they can control time of possession, I think they can kind of do what the Colts did against the Bills last week, which was just keep it a game and really speed up the game. And obviously, if our kicker could make a 33-yard field goal, maybe my mood would have been different this weekend. But I think it could be a game. I would take the Chiefs, but I think the Browns could definitely make it competitive.
For sure. I agree.
Yeah, I think they do as well. I mean, the whole year, the Chiefs have had this weird thing. They especially kind of seem to exemplify these last few weeks. They go into the game, they seem to play either behind or just real close to no matter what team it is. And I think that could be an area where the Browns capitalize easy. I mean, like you're saying, clock management is going to be one of the biggest components in the game. I mean, have you guys seen the comparisons on Twitter? They're already bringing out the old Oklahoma Texas Tech game from years past.
Best game I've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah, the Pat Mahomes Baker Mayfield rematch, if you will.
Wow.
I love
But
it.
everybody's expecting some wildness.
I put everything I won in DFS last weekend on the over in that game, and I don't even know what the over is.
For you wait, what?
I'm just saying I don't know what the over under is in that game, but I would put whatever on the over.
Over.
I think it's 56, but I'd
Probably
happily
is
take
in
the
the
over of
50s.
56.
100%.
Probably is sitting right about there. I know that the Chiefs are favored by 10, I believe. Opening lines were.
I'll take the Browns on that.
Oh, yeah. Then you start off this segment by talking about you taking the Chiefs.
I'll take the Chiefs to win. I'll take the Browns plus 10.
I'm kidding. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's pretty large spread. I feel like.
You're taking the Browns, right?
No, Browns are gonna lose 56-17.
That's still the over. That covers the over. That's 73.
55 and a half.
No, I'm
We
a
got
Browns
that
fan.
over, no.
I bet against Browns every time they play.
Yeah, I lost money on the Colts game because I had Bills minus 6.5. So I feel you.
Hey, the Saturday games, Steph and I we nailed. Even the DFS episodes and everything, we nailed. And then the Sunday games, I never expected them. I never expected those Sunday games to be the way they were.
No, you did well on the first game, but then the rest of the day, you and I might as well not even. We should cancel all of our fantasy, all of our dynasty accounts. Whatever the fuck we said was. So
I had the players right, but the games did not go the same way we scripted. I picked Juju. Juju's my lock.
I didn't.
Right?
I told you it was dumb. That I
Well,
did say.
But
That was
so-
my good take.
I thought that what was the first game on the slate? Tennessee.
Tennessee,
Baltimore.
I thought it was going to be a very high scoring game. It was not.
Did you guys play Henry in DFS?
I played him in one lineup, just
I
one.
didn't.
I faded him though.
I'm so happy to say I played 56 lineups and I played 0 Derrick Henry.
You played 56. Damn, man. I just needed to get you to
Yeah,
hop
I
on our Patreon.
It was
I
a
played
fun
11
weekend. It's the best
11
weekend of my entire season in DFS.
Really? That rocks. I'm excited for this weekend. Oh my god, it's gonna be a good week. This is good football that we're getting. Finally, at last.
Jamie's the main reason as to why we actually have Patreon followers. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Oh, no shit. Dude,
Oh,
I love
yeah.
Patreon. I love Chase's Patreon. Everyone should follow that. It's only $2 a month, and you
That's
get
true.
free lineups. Free lineups. Last week, I won all 11 of my cash games. All 11 of them.
All
For,
right.
I do
Let's
one
find out
cash.
I'm gonna cut this clip.
I like that.
Do it. I do one
Reinstate
cash.
your account.
I do one tournament, one contrarian lineup. I don't want to give away everything, but sometimes I'm late, sometimes I'm actually on time. But I do one of these lineups each, and I try and make sure that we all get an opportunity to make some money, and you guys can pivot off whatever players you want, but at least give you my base, and we go off that. But yeah, so Saturday's lineups, every single one of those cashed in. Sunday's lineups, I don't think a single one did.
I mean, you can't put too much pressure on yourself, man. That was the Nickelodeon Slimegate inaugural kickoff, so that's a lot. That's a lot to figure out, man. No way that you could have seen any of that coming.
I mean, Anthony Miller chalk week and he got ejected. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that sucked. I was even with Darnell Mooney, I was all over Anthony Miller. I was all
so
over.
pissed off about that because they didn't kick out what's his dumbass name, Lewis. When he
Deuce.
head butted
Oh.
fucking Caden Smith. Are you guys kidding? And then they're gonna eject him. Like
It
he
was
barely
stupid.
punched him. This guy like head butted him. It's crazy. But he did get a 10K.
They just didn't want to escalate. They watch game film just like we do, I guess. I don't know.
No.
But that sucked. Like he shouldn't have gotten ejected for that, in my opinion.
That's so weak. And then
Sad.
Allen Robinson still did nothing. Like Miller was out, Mooney was out. We have an entire second half in comeback mode,
Right,
and I'm
yeah.
waiting for the Allen Robinson targets to start coming up. And Steph, as you'd say, he was playing for a paycheck, and nothing happened.
Yep. Mitchell, yeah, the whole oh god. Some people really blew it this weekend, is all I want to say without being too rude. You blew it.
I love it. Absolutely love it. It was a fun weekend slate, but Sunday sucked for sure.
We
Outside
do
of
Sunday again because I think it's kind of funny. I want to like try to get it right this time.
yeah, let's do it again. Fuck it.
This is a way better slate. Every game is fun.
This slate is like really fun. I love these small slates, by the way. So we have a DFS show that's going to happen on Thursday. We got 4 people on. We got Rosalie Michaels. We got the Rowan crew from New Zealand. I'm very excited to do it. That's going to be at like 7:00 ish. We got to figure out what time works for everybody. I'm very excited to cover that. But yeah, we cover it again on Sunday mornings. So very excited for that as well. And we'll see if we can nail it this week. Because Saturday we crushed it. Sunday was not advisable.
Yeah. I actually tweeted, I'm so sorry if anyone listened to my takes this week. Like, I have nailed it every single week aside for this week. I'm like trap game. I've nailed every trap game since week 1. Except for this week, I fucking blew it. Like
Washington won though. Like we got so close. Washington won.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say Washington. I knew Washington was losing. I'm sorry. I said that. That was my only good call this week.
No, I called that the trap game, but it was still like close. Like it was.
Yeah,
one
Taylor Heineken did a pretty good job.
He's sick. Like fucking send him to the Broncos. I don't care. Like
Better than Drew Lock.
he'll fucking crush it, man. Like can you believe that these type of guys are at the beginning of the season sitting on their couch? We need more teams in the NFL. Like, let's make this a 40-team league. Like, I can't believe we have all these quarterback talent. Like,
We
we're
just need less Drew Lock.
Fitz in Tua. Like, no, let's just make another team and get Fitz in QB1. Like,
I don't want to see Philip Rivers playing anymore. Stop it.
Hey.
oh, hey, that's my
This
whole
hurts
point.
me. Like
No,
this hurts me emotionally.
no,
I mean,
that's
I don't want to see him play anymore either.
Listen, you can
I'll
say whatever.
defend Philip Rivers to the death.
He is the best person. He might be. Oh my god, his videos. I watch them when I'm sad because his mic'd up will make anyone smile.
Oh, true story. True story.
Yard touchdown!
Damn maggot. Damn
I
maggot.
do love his videos.
When
God
he's like,
damn it.
he's like taunting everyone. He's like, "Oh, I could talk all day. And I relate to that. Is all. I think that me and
Hey.
Philip Rivers are very. We have a lot in common.
Felipe Rios being on my team for 1 year has been like one of the most fulfilling things in my life. He's
Yeah,
killed us so many years. I call him Felipe Rios. We're close. It's Philip Rivers in Espanol. He's been a tremendous time for Indy. I think he's been great for the team. The team loves him. I think there's a better chance he comes back than people realize.
I
Like
think they should take him back.
if you like are in touch with like the Colts beat writers and especially with the team and the players of the team, like they all love him. I think if he says he wants to come back, I think there's a very realistic shot he's a starter. Like I'm in Dynasty startups and my choice is like Philip Rivers or the 2021 4.2. And I'm like, I'm just going to take Rivers.
Tell me who's like a good Colts beat writer because I like have that one show that I interview them. I'm gonna get one on and I'm gonna harass him. until I tell him.
Zach Kiefer's good. Stephen Holder is probably the best. And Zach Hicks is like a good columnist.
She's lit up like fucking
Yeah,
Christmas tree.
I
right
looked
now.
like very excited.
I'm gonna literally-
Stephen Holder is the absolute GOAT for sure.
Okay.
Jake, we're lucky to have you on the team.
Steven Holder is coming up my show.
All right,
Tell him I
so let's
say
go
hi.
ahead. Let's go ahead and get
Never
out of
mind.
here.
Hey, before we get out of here, go to Patreon, Fantasy Football Intervention. $2 a month.
Yeah, patreon.com/fantasy intervention.
I like it.
$2 a month.
$2 Chuck.
Free money. Free money. Like,
That's less than the rake if you're just playing like a $20 contest. Just you're paying the rake and you're getting Chase, making you money.
last
We're
week
also-
I won $27.
We're gonna put somebody in charge
I
of
can
that.
afford that. And I'm a broke medical student.
Oh man, I said earlier you remind me of Grey's Anatomy. You should be on that show.
That's just the sweetest thing. I remind myself of Meredith Grey, I think.
I'm right.
She's very dark and stormy.
I'm on me and my girl. She's watched every single episode for the last 27 episodes, 27 seasons. I'm on 3, and every time I look at you, you remind me of Meredith Grey.
That is the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. So thank
Wow.
you. I've watched
And
your
I'm
show
pretty sure-
7 million times. So
I'm pretty sure I even wrote that like about 30 minutes ago.
you did. I think you did.
I did.
So Chase told me I can't look at comments, so I like kind of glance, but I can't. Like I can't.
I didn't say that. I said you can't answer comments in the middle of your sentences. You stop talking, and then all of a sudden you're like,
I
"Yes, I
love
answer that."
in the
Well, I
middle of the season when you started having stuff on every Sunday. Like that was me and my wife. We watched you every Sunday morning.
We're still gonna do it. We're still gonna do it tomorrow morning or Sunday morning, for real.
Every Sunday morning, and she came in like second place in our dynasty league.
That
Because of
rock.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys know DraftKings actually made the 4-game slate the main this week?
Really.
Say it again.
Like last week, it was like you could play the 6-game, but there was the 2 slates for the main slate. DraftKings made the 4-game the main this week, so you guys can go ham on the Saturday 4-game slate too. Like that's where the Millie Maker is this week.
Holy shit! I love this guy Jacob. I'm not even gonna lie.
I told you, Jacob was smart. Like we talked about
I
already.
know we
Jacob, we talked about you off screen. DJ,
Wow.
we talked about you off screen too.
Did
but
you
this is
compare me
back-
to Grey's Anatomy characters?
No.
It's tough.
All right, so Jacob, real quick, where can everybody find you? Where are you about to blow up at?
Oh, you can find me at FF_RTDB. Run the damn ball. Thanks,
I love
Tess.
that.
Appreciate that. I've said if I get to 1,000 followers, I'll actually buy a hat and I'll replace my photo to me wearing the Quentin Nelson Run the Damn Ball hat. So we're like 190 away, and then we'll then I will actually secure the hat and we'll be running the damn ball live in the studio.
Fuck yeah, I'm stoked about that. All right, DJ, what's up, man?
Oh, you can find me at this here name with all these underscores in it, Air DJ.
Yeah, why is that a thing?
So, a younger
Why
me,
is it
a younger
really-
version of me, felt that was a necessary thing to be, and then you know what, man, I'm gonna own it now.
You can
I'm
also
not gonna let. No, I said a few months ago I can't change it, and then I learned that I could, and I'm gonna stick to what I knew. I'm gonna
But
live
you
in the
can.
past.
You need
Nope.
to change.
It's literally impossible, man.
That's where the air is. The air exists within the underscores.
Yeah,
But I
perfect.
just bought someone's handle. Like mine is wrong right here. I
Mm.
literally
Alright,
bought Steffi Smalls with 2 L's.
Find him at A_I_R_T_G_J.
See,
God damn it! Change your fucking handle. It's gonna drive me insane.
if people want to find me, man, they're gonna. It's gonna be worth it, man. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. That
You know the
because
people
the
really
work is
want
worth
it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna just have all these random followers.
You really
I wanna
want
make sure it's
this?
real.
You better post some dick pics or something because nobody's gonna be looking for that shit. Unless you have a massive cock. I'm just saying. All right, so Jamie, where can we find you?
Then Sunday.
You don't need to find me. All you need to do is look
I need
up. Follow Chase and his crew at Fantasy Intervention. That's all you need to do.
Love
I'm
it,
rooting
man.
for the Browns this week for you, buddy.
That's
But
right.
fine.
Oh, yeah.
Follow
Dog
you.
pound.
I follow
Pound all
you.
the way.
Awesome.
12.
Oh, Steph. And where can we find you?
Everyone knows already, but you can find me at Steffi Smalls with 2 L's now, not
Can you-
3
Right.
L's.
You sure? It says 3 all right there.
Yeah, well, Chase didn't get to fixing that yet. I
You
only
can fix it. It's your thing.
I
I
don't know
can't fix it.
how. I'm logged into Fancy Intervention. I don't know how it works.
I can't fix it. You have to.
Okay, we'll fight about it later.
Yeah, we will.
But yeah, Steffi
Yeah,
Smalls
circle.
with 2 L's, not 3 L's. I spent $50 to get this shit. I offered her like $600, and she was like, $50 to DoorDash sounds good.
$600.
Wait,
You
can
offered her
you tell
what?
the whole story?
You're a
yet?
medical student?
You said you were, yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Something like
before I
sixth grade.
realized I was literally broke. No, I mean I only spent $50, but
Yes.
I harassed
what?
crap out of her for months and with no response. And then finally the other day she was like, I just messaged you. So I sold her. We switched off. Now she has
$50 from what?
our account, like our accounts. So
That's
I'm
DoorDash.
Steffi Smalls with 2 L's and she's Steffi Smalls with 3 L's 6 or something. I don't know, whatever she
What if
did.
she starts getting flooded with a lot of people who hate the Giants? How are you going to feel then?
It sounds like a personal problem for Steffi Smalls with not.
She was compensated with between 50 and 600.
Yeah, I hope it was worth $50.
Yikes. Good luck, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
That-
my DJ, by the way.
Can't relate. There's gonna be a lot of Eagles fans in your DMs like mine.
Oh, disgusting.
Love it.
That's the nice thing about being a Colts fan. No one cares about us at all.
I love the Colts.
You
They're
guys are just
Thanks,
kind of there.
Steph. Yeah, like we're such a low key. Like the Titans fans are a lot, but like Jaguars and Texans fans, you don't hear from them ever.
Yeah. Well, the Jags also
Technically.
blow, and then like
Oh,
at least
good
like the
point.
Colts like put up a fight.
I mean, if the Texans